Hi everyone, it's Father Brian Zalneski, Vicar for Renewal and Development, coming to you, giving you an update on some great news. I've got a guest speaker with me today, Andrew Patisi, who is the pastoral associate at St. Benedict's in Amherst, Eggertsville, along with St. Leo's. And he's active in family number 16. And
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16,
Sweet
Andrew.
16.
Wanted to, I heard some great things about your family 16 and some
That's a good thing.
activities that you've been participating in.
Yeah.
So I wanted Andrew to share with us some of the good news of what's taking place in our families of parishes. So tell me what's happening, Andrew.
So the major thing, our first big family event, I call it a family affair, was Vacation Bible School this year. Power Up with God's Grace. We focused on the sacraments and how that grace can empower your life and bring you to that next level. So no obstacle is too hard. So and it was a wonderful experience. Often in ministry, you're like kind of a lone ranger type thing, but with the family structure, we had a lot of adult support, a lot of catechetical support with each other in our family, and it really bode very well for a wonderful, very spiritual, very uplifting week. I usually leave Vacation Bible School feeling exhausted, and that didn't change, but it was a different kind of exhaustion. So, for instance, the game planning, we had one of our young adults from the family plan all the games. Corinne from from Christ the King did all the registration and had all the name tags made, which is not my specialty, so it was really very good. We had Lori from St. Peter and Paul. She did all the crafts and ordered all the stuff and constructed what we do and trained the teenager who was leading that particular spot. And then Casey and Roberta from St. Peter and Paul as well were just fantastic to work with, very supportive. We're there to answer questions when I might have had it, and we're there the entire week with me. So it was really nice to have adult help, people who get ministry, people who are passionate about youth and kids. And like I said, it really, the week just went by so smoothly because of just the help and the passion that was around the table.
So for those who are watching, family number 16 includes St. Leo's, St. Benedict's.
Yep, Saints Peter and Paul, Christ the King, Infant of Prague, and St. Aloysius Gonzaga
so
in
6
Chickasaw.
places.
Yeah.
Now I just have to ask, because I've heard so many times,
Sure.
was there concern about, like, how are we going to make this work? How is this going to come together? In this
Sure.
specific Vacation Bible School example, was there hesitation about working together?
So it was funny because we started meeting before the family became official, July 1st, and we were talking, and somebody brought up, well, maybe we should just all tie into one Vacation Bible School, and Andrew should take the lead with some of it. I was like, well, if y'all are going to help me, I'm all for it. The more the merrier. I found with the way St. Leo's and St. Benedict's has been working together for the last 4 years, we're better together. And so we decided, and there really wasn't any hesitation. It was more of who's in charge of what, who can play to their abilities to the best, who should be the one in charge of this and this. And really it went together pretty smoothly, honestly. I don't think there was really any hesitation. I think there was more of like that cautious optimism, and really I don't see us ever going back.
That's great to hear. Now, how many students participated in your Vacation Bible School?
Cumulatively for the week, we had 90 participants, 90 kids between the ages of 3 to 5th grade. And then we had 75 plus teenage volunteers, and there were 7 adult volunteers.
And in the past, if you would have done this by yourself, as just St. Benedict, St. Leo's, how many kids would you have participated in volunteers?
So on a given year, we might have 45 to maybe 60 at most of participants, and then quite a few volunteers, maybe like 40.
So by coming together, you were able to strengthen one another, support each other, and you were able to just really help everybody connect to see the church at work.
Yeah, and it was really cool the way that worked because You start off the week, oh, I don't really know her, I don't really know him, especially with like the volunteers, because a lot of the kids I knew just because there's overlap already with things, but the teenagers, and by the end of the week, it didn't matter who was from St. Peter and Paul, Christ the King, St. Al's, Infant of Prague, St. Leo's, St. Benedict. We were all together. They were all our kids. They were all our responsibility, and they were all our family. It was really, I get a little starry-eyed thinking of it because it was just such a wonderful way to really kick off that family structure.
Now, what's your hope moving forward from this?
Well, I'm hoping that the momentum of Vacation Bible School helps us take that little win and know that these are all going to be gradual things. We know that we're heading into that direction, but now we have a blueprint of when it works. It's really wonderful. So I think we take the little wins, take those little opportunities to join forces and share in responsibility as well as talent, because that's really what family is all about. Not everybody's good at, I know I'm not good at certain administrative stuff, especially when it comes to name tags and registrations and all that, but there's somebody in the family that is. I don't get too creative. Last year for Vacation Bible School, there was a lot of coloring in the art. This year we had wonderful art projects because Lori just is an art guru, and she was able to come up with crafts that were very great. We had Zacchaeus climbing up the tree, we had the chalice, and we had the gifts of the Holy Spirit, and so I think that that's what gives me the most hope, is we can tie into everybody's talents and really just show that the Catholic faith is more than just a parish. It really is the universal church.
It's great for all of us to hear. It's a success story in one of our families, Family 16, and those success stories are happening all across our diocese, and we just wanted to make sure we took an opportunity to share this one with you. And so look into the future. You're excited?
Oh, yeah. I said there's a part in the renewal prayer where we talk about our own self. Mm-hmm. And if this is just even a small indentation of what the family structure could be, I'm jumping in with 6 feet, and I only have 2. So.
Well, that's wonderful. So I'm glad things are going well in Family 16, Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
And that continue to do that great work.
Thank you so much for having me today.
And this can work well for all of you. And if you need more information, you can always reach out to the Renewal Office. Have a great day, everyone.